Hello, and welcome to another video blog by me, Nate Hammond, the author and creator of the webcomic jazzandjess.com. Today I want to talk about something very important. As you might be aware, it is the 21st of May 2011, and as we all know, or we've all heard if you're anywhere near the internet at all, today is the Rapture! Yes, today is the day where Christ comes down and all the Christians go flying naked through the air or get converted into spiritual energy, and all the sinners stay behind. So, lots of looting. Unfortunately, I think I may in fact be the cause of the rapture. I recently, as you may or may not be aware if you're American I suppose, over here we have Radio 1, and the Radio 1 have a festival they put on every year. Unfortunately I was in Bristol doing the comic convention, which went fantastic by the way, but at the same day they had the Radio 1's big weekend, which was in Carlisle, which is up north. It's just by Hadrian's Wall by Scotland, and Lady Gaga performed. And I've listened to Radio 1 at work, you see, so when I came back from the convention, I've heard her performance several times. Her songs are catchy, that's that, we all know that. But I sat down and I thought, right, I'm going to watch this, because they broadcast it live on BBC Three. So I thought I'd sit down and watch her performance, because I've heard nothing but rants and raves about it. And the thing is, Lady Gaga's mad as a fucking fish. She's bizarre. But having watched her live performance, she has captured my heart. I'm almost ashamed to admit it, but Lady Gaga is a fantastic performer, and live she is much, much better than any of her session recorded songs, studio recorded songs. Her live performance was fantastic. I mean, in fairness, if you've seen any videos of her online when she's just Stephanie Germanova, tinkling away on a piano without the Lady Gaga get-up, she's amazingly talented. She's got a great voice, and it just goes to show how much a record company will, alter your image to make you sell records, or to help you sell records. But then again, you've got to consider how much of that is her own weirdness. But at the Radio 1 Big Weekend, if you can catch it online, I do recommend it, because it wasn't bad, actually. She does a lot of jazz singing, and a lot of just sort of unaccompanied singing with the piano, and it was very, very good, very talented. And the fact that she dances and sings, at the same time, just goes to show how much of a professional she is. So yes, I kind of don't want to admit it, but I may have caught a little bit of Gaga fever from my girlfriend. It's like a transmitted thing. But anyway, so yes, I think I may have caused the rapture, because it's such a abhorrent thing to everything I am to, be into Gaga, I suppose, that the rapture is my fault. For those of you who aren't aware, the rapture, I have my friend Tanya has written a brief guide to the rapture for us heathens. So if you'll allow me, I'll read out for it. Right, so what the hell is the rapture? The rapture refers to the prophesied moment when all true believers, living and dead, will be instantaneously caught up into the heavens with Christ. So, naked Christians floating in the air. Opinions about how the rapture occurs vary according to the denomination. Some believe that the faithful will float into the air as is. Others believe that their physical bodies will instantly be transformed into spiritual bodies. The most popular view seems to be that they will disappear in a flash, leaving all their worldly belongings, like clothing, behind, and reappear in the heavens in a sort of crowd with Jesus on centre stage. Most denominations believe that all individuals below the age of discernment, the age where they can be said to know right from wrong, including the unborn, will also be raptured, and that the bodies of dead believers will be perfectly reassembled and reunited with their souls for the event. So a bunch of dead zombie Christians walking around. Wait, why? To save believers from the coming destruction, of course. Just like God saved Noah and his kin before the flood, and Lot and his kin before burning Sodom and Gomorrah. So, destruction? Yes, according to the Bible, God will destroy all of creation and then start over by creating a new heaven and a new earth, which will be populated by believers. This time, though, God will totally get it right. This time. So the Christians vanish and the rest of us die? No, silly, you forgot about the tribulation. So, what's the tribulation? Most rapture-believing denominations teach that there will be a 7-year tribulation associated with the rapture. Harold Camping, the gentleman who's put forward that today's date is the rapture, differs here, but we'll get to that in a bit. 3.5 years of peace and prosperity, followed by 3.5 years of hell on earth. Sounds fun. Some of the highlights of the tribulation period include the rise of the Antichrist, a Middle East peace agreement, the breaking of the Middle East peace agreement, the installation of a global government, the mandated acceptance of the mark of the beast, death, destruction, plagues, locusts with human faces, war, famine, rivers of blood, etc. The locust with the human faces is an interesting one. I've often been called a locust by the fact that I just eat and eat and eat, and I have a human face, kind of. I look a bit like a donkey, but you know. So that I may in actual fact be, an instrument of the devil. There's denominational disagreement about the event that kicks off the tribulation, but it ends with Jesus showing up in the heavens, ablaze in glory, riding a white horse, just like Prince Charming, only with a big-ass sword and an army of bloodthirsty angels in tow, bent on slaughtering every last remaining man, woman, and child. Then all that's left is God's final judgment and the destruction of all creation. Okay, so where does the rapture come in? Well, there are three main viewpoints regarding the timing of the rapture within traditional Christianity: pre-tribulation, mid-tribulation, and post-tribulation. Pre-tribulationists believe that the rapture marks the beginning of the 7 years of tribulation. Mid-tribulationists believe that the rapture will occur 3.5 years into the tribulation, just before the proverbial shit hits the fan. Post-tribulationists believe that the faithful will be required to endure the tribulation period, and those that are not martyred by the religious and hostile global government will be raptured just before Jesus shows up with the bad attitude and the big sword. So who is this Harold Camping guy? Harold Camping is a post-tribulationist, but he believes in a 23-year period of tribulation that begins on May 21st, 1988. So what happened on May 21st, 88? According to Camping, the day that marked the end of the church age, he teaches that on May 21st, 88, the Holy Spirit left the churches and no one has received salvation from inside a church since. The exact day of the Holy Spirit's departure was derived using the same type of Bible/math gymnastics used by Camping to determine the exact day of Noah's flood, the crucifixion, the rapture, and of course, the funny old end of the world. So May 21st, 2011 is the end of the tribulation period that started on May 21st, 88. So what's going to happen today? Camping claims that, aside from the rapture of some 200 million people, there will be an earthquake of such magnitude that all of the buried dead will be unearthed. Dead believers will be transformed into glorified spiritual bodies to be forever with God, and the bodies of the unsaved will be thrown out upon the ground to be shamed. Those that survive the earthquake will exist in a world of horror and chaos beyond description, until the world ends on October 21st, 2011. Any particular time? The rapture, an accompanying earthquake, is set to occur at 6 p.m. in each time zone, so you might want to plan on eating in. Do I actually believe any of this? No. I'm of the personal opinion that Harold Camping is a nutter, but no more of a nutter than any other rapture believer. Different flavour, same delusion. And that's Tanya Higgins' opinion on it. It's also my opinion on it. Myself, I think it would be absolutely fantastic with all these people going around saying rapture this, rapture that, rapture that. If it actually involved raptors, velociraptors, yes. If the rapture actually involves, instead of Jesus coming down and riding a white horse with a big flaming sword, I'd imagine he comes down riding a velociraptor, probably the queen velociraptor, who lays her eggs and all the other velociraptors protect them, capturing colonists and implanting them with raptor gene seed. Yes. So my newfound love for Lady Gaga has, as far as I'm concerned, probably caused the rapture. I am the cause of it. At some point I expect, some sort of, probably the doctor will come round with his companion, who could be Amy, could be Rose. I'd like it if it was Rose, actually, because I quite like Billy Piper. Yeah, if they come round and they're like, oh, you caused the rapture, maybe we can fix all this, and he sonic screwdrivers and something, and the world blows up and everyone gets reset and everything's fine. That'd be nice, but probably won't happen. Anyway, that's Tanya Higgins' description of the rapture. That's all you need to know, really. The gentleman's name is Harold Camping. Look him up. It's good for a laugh. Have a good day.